And are you in Hawaii?
Not yet. I leave on, well, I leave here on Saturday, but I leave on Monday from Jersey. And then I'll be tuning into you guys at 7:30 in the morning instead of 12:30.
Right.
Is it good? Nice to see you too.
Nice to see you.
Sorry I didn't make a show. I had another commitment that night.
Okay, I missed yours also, unfortunately.
But
We're sorry we missed yours too.
It's the life of
oh
the
yeah, mine was the previous Saturday. But I still have a show running at Southampton Art Center. If you get there, very large works.
Okay,
It's a nice show about healing with art.
Wonderful.
Cool.
And
Hey,
we'll have a show in Jamesport too, but who goes to Jamesport?
Jamesport is nice, right?
Jamesport is nice. That's where we stopped the
It's nice.
nuclear power plant.
Yeah, well, there's this gallery called the William Risk Gallery. It's a charming gallery, and it's adjoined to a winery. So that's always nice to have a few drinks and buy some art.
Okay.
All right,
We feel hungover today, but we don't drink at all. But because I had the opening and we saw some friends, so we're a little tired. But sometimes that's when we do our best readings.
So let's get started.
Oh, good. I got all my questions in. Let me not hesitate. I may have to bail early because I got so much packing to do. Yeah, but I'll try to hang in.
What packing? You're going to Hawaii. Take a bathing suit. That's it.
Hey,
Yeah,
everybody, put your questions in the chat.
Well,
all
We
right,
have one of our favorite guests today.
and we should kick off the show. I think we're live. We're live, guys?
We are live. Oh yeah.
yeah, live.
Not real unless Jeffrey says it's real.
Hey, it's Jeff Pulver together with Amy Amonte. And, if it's Mondays, it's time for
Ask the Oracles.
And wow, what a week it's been. Before we get to our guest, I have to check in with Amy Amonte and say, how was your week? And what was going on in Southampton?
It was busy. Well, first we had to hang my show at this beautiful gallery in Southampton, and then I had to go over all the pieces, make sure they're all hung right and perfectly. And Monty, of course, that's why I married him, because he's 6'4" and can hold up all my.
The minute I can't schlep, I can put out the path.
And then we had the opening on Saturday, and Jeff and Harra, you were so nice to come, and I saw so many friends.
And Diane too.
Is Diane here?
They're in the pictures.
And Joyce was there. Hey, Joyce was wearing one of my jackets and my jewelry, of course. Thank you, Joyce. You look so great. And so our hearts are very full. I just got so much wonderful feedback, and we got our, where is it? Our art book. That morning, we got a shipment. Remember, we were saying that there were delays with the shipping, and anyhow, our publisher got on the case, and we had a whole case of books, and we took them to the show. And we're going to be doing a book signing on November 21st, which is a Sunday, from 3 to 5. So some of our local friends, I hope, will come back out for that.
And we might have a live edition of Ask the Oracles, or at least the ability to ask some Oracles questions live
from the gallery.
Yeah, the final Sunday from 12 to 4, we're going to be doing signings. I think it's the 21st, right?
Yes. And Zane, remember everybody, Zane was having health problems, but he was like fantastic the whole week while we hung the show and had the opening. We didn't have to worry about him. We had a camera on him so we could keep an eye on him.
We do have the Zane cam, but Carmen had said that Zane was going to be okay, and he came.
Because Carmen is such a good psychic. Carmen, welcome. Hey, everybody.
Thanks for having me. You know how much I adore you, and I appreciate you. I'm your biggest fan.
Thank you.
We feel the same way. And everybody, if you didn't catch Carmen before, she's an amazing reader. I think she's one of the few readers we have on that actually sees names and dates.
Yeah.
Carmen, tell us about your background. Oh, that's Zane.
Oh, I love Zane so much.
He lives under
2 cats that look exactly like Zane.
Yeah, he's living under Amy's desk. We've made a whole Zane's.
It's a heating pad, and
right.
It's
She's gonna be fine. She's not going anywhere.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. That's a good mess. That's all I want to know.
Yes.
But it's
But
been
Carmen, I want to know how you got started being psychic. Tell us about.
I wanted to be psychic. I think, when I was 5 years old, I drowned and then I saw a light. A lot of people talk about near-death experiences, but I was just 5 years old and I didn't know how to swim. So I remember seeing myself going down, and going, and a part of me was going up in some kind of a light where I met some interesting people. Everything happened very, very fast. But then I saw my father, who realized that his daughter is about to die. And then after that, I had interesting experiences as a kid. Like I was 7 years old, and my father came to school, and I looked at him and I said, you here because my grandfather just died. And he was looking at me. He said, who told you this? I said, nobody. I just figured it out. How to figure that out? And looking at people, in the street and telling them, oh, you have a pain here, or you have this problem. And so being capable to anticipate events, situation. I remember me at QVC, I used to have a show, a jury line at QVC in 2003, and I met Joan Rivers. And we were talking. I was introduced to her by William Norwich, who used to work for New York Times. And she's telling me, Carmen, how long I'm going to live? I said, another 10 years. And she's staring at me. She said, you got this wrong, honey, because I'm going to be on stage when I'm going to be 100. And fair enough, John River lived exactly 10 years. So I have no idea where this is coming in my head. So I said, let me go to school and try to figure it out how this brain works. What is this ability? What is this all about? And then I realized we all are psychic because all can bridge the two hemispheres of the brain. And it's not such a big deal, except that we are scared of this ability and we deny it. And we try to operate more on the cognition of the mind, not on the subconscious mind, which is the reactive part of the brain, where we store all the memories. And apparently we know a lot about us. We also know when we're going to die. We know everything. Everything is like programmed, planned up to a certain degree in that DNA, that CD-ROM we're coming from. So I try to understand the mechanism of who we are and how we function. And I'm always telling people, don't be afraid of your intuitive mind because it's there. Just use it. The more you practice, the more you get. And there's nothing wrong about knowing where you're going, and there's nothing wrong about anticipating your future because prediction is for prevention sometimes, So that's my story.
It's a great one.
I think, it's normal. Paranormal is normal, right?
Paranormal is very normal. And I will always think that in integrating parapsychology into psychology. So I became a psychologist when I went to college. And recently I went to Cornell University to kind of get a degree in nutrition. I'm insane. I mean, I'm so fascinated with learning. And now I'm thinking to get some courses from Harvard because I said, I don't know enough. I need to know more. And at my age, I'm not scared of learning. And I don't think I know enough. I think I need to learn more to get better, to probably help other people open their minds. And I think this ability, I'm using it with one purpose, to give some people insight, to open their minds, to open their perspective into where their life is going. And I think it's a good way to live. It's creating good karma, Monte, don't you think so? Yeah, you guys, that you're so familiar with the whole concept of good action and good intention and putting, your heart out there for other people is the best thing you can live.
Hey, Jeff, when did you realize you were intuitive, psychic, whatever you want to call it?
I realized I have this ability as a teenager, but I had no idea. I was even scared of this ability because all the things that I say happen, things that I say happen. I'm going recently. I'm going a lot because I'm Romania. I was born in Romania. And I came to America like almost 37 years ago. I married a guy who lived in Israel. My husband was Jewish, so we were so in love, and I always knew my husband is not going to live to 60, and he died before turning 60. And I lived with him all my life knowing he's going to die, and it happened. So that's terrible. That's terrible to know. You don't want to know those things. But
We're,
what are you
we're gonna lose half our audience now.
how you handle knowing a tragedy that's about to happen? So recently I'm going on Romanian television 2 years and a half ago, I said something's going to happen to humanity and something terrible is going to happen and a lot of people are going to die. And they said, what's going to happen? I said, something that is meant to wake us up. I was talking about this pandemic. Recently, 1.5 years, I said, well, your government is going to fall. You're going to get in big trouble. People are going, and all of this is happening. So it's happening as we speak. So people there are kind of scared of me because anytime I go on television, I say something, a month later, 5 months later, it's happening.
Well,
So
now
We're
we've
not
lost,
scared.
now we've lost the other half of the audience. Everybody who's here either doesn't have their audio on. They have, balls of steel.
Yeah, stay with us, people.
You know Lynn White, because Lynn White
We're not
is our friend.
Carmen,
Meanwhile-
you're passionate. You're very passionate, right, Jeff? This is an example of passion.
Absolute
But
passion, pure
and
passion.
listen, I'm going to end by telling you that you know Lynn White in 1999, and she's my witness. So I'm calling Lynn White, and I said, Lynn White, something is happening in New York. She said, what's happening? I said, I'm hearing ambulances, people are dying, the buildings are falling. She said, that's happening in your head. None of this is happening. So 3 years before, I was describing this woman, the September 11 attack, to the dot. So 3 years before happening.
Wait, now I'm scared.
So
Before we get scared, we should probably
the
go to
day of
questions.
September
I
11,
think I gotta go now.
I'm coming home at 9 a.m. and I'm telling my husband something bad is happening in the city. I'm not going there. I had an appointment. And he said, you crazy. And I'm sitting on a chair and I put the TV on and I said, it's going to start now in 10 minutes. That is the September 11 attack.
Unbelievable.
That's
All right,
crazy.
I gotta go now.
All right.
Sorry, but this is
I will.
something's the best kept to yourself, honey.
Hey, Jeff, I think you gotta make your
I
mic
kept a lot
loud.
of stuff for myself.
Wow. Will, do you have a question?
I think oh, he's there. Oh, you got a question?
Well, he's muted though.
You're muted.
Please unmute.
Yeah, my question is, I'm heading to highway to Maui. Should my focus be on my writing or my painting?
On your writing, because you have something major that you need to release, and you will in the next 2 years and something. And you know it, inside. You've already created an amazing painting, and you will continue to paint. You'll never stop. You were a painter in the 17th century. You used to paint. You knew famous painters in that era, and you were very known and famous, with the incarnation of somebody very known when it comes to your creativity. But there is something about writing that exists within you that needs to be released. I think in 3 months from now, you'll understand what I'm telling you right now. You'll get exactly. And there is a man helping you through the process of releasing the book, putting it in, and it's going to be a huge success in New York Times, everywhere. So please do it. Trust this. Trust your own instinct telling you that you have to do it. You know that I'm right. And there's somebody with an S name, Sam, Steve, I don't know who this person is, that becomes instrumental in your right. Your mom comes to my head very strong. She's also supporting you through this adventure.
Don't hold back, Carmen.
Welcome to our edition of Ask the Oracle.
Carmen edition.
Well, I'm so glad you let me know that I'm going to be around in 2 years. So.
Oh, you're very much around. You're
Just
very much
kidding.
around. Very much around. And you're very much around for way longer than you think. So just, you're fine.
Start eating right, Will.
You're fine. You're fine.
What do you guys say? What Monty and Amy, you
I
feel?
said
You
start.
feel?
What
Make
do we
sure-
have to add to that? You want more?
I know.
Fun.
Wait,
Thank you so much.
what-
That was
what she
what I'm
said,
feeling.
that's
It's
what I
always
said.
good to be
We're going with
reinforced.
Carmen.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
We're going with what Carmen said.
Carmen's the one who I asked, so what am I gonna add to what she
Right,
said?
right.
don't
I could
know
tell
where
you
your
right on
fear
because you
is
knew a lot
coming
already.
from. I question where your fear is coming from not being around, because it's not real. It should not be there,
Mhm.
You can be very okay for a very long period of time, and you have the people on the other side, you know, helping you get better.
Hmm. Great. Thank you so much. I'm glad I tuned in. It was destiny for me to tune in today. I've been wanting to do it, but
was meant
12
to be. Was meant to be.
Hey,
Meant
this
to
is
be.
another show on
Yeah.
another Zoom channel.
Thank you.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
Hey, Jacob.
Hey, Jacob, welcome.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
I
We're
did.
good. We're coasting today. We got
Are you
Carmen
new?
on the show.
Are you new to our show?
Yes, I'm new to your show, but I'm not new to Carmen Harra's work. I've read some of her work and follow her on Instagram, and I've been wanting to tune in for a while now, and also to your show. And like the previous guy said, I think it was destiny today because time made its way for me to tune in.
Good. What's your
I
question?
love you, Jacob.
My question is this. It's kind of weird because I sometimes
No, you're saying it's kind of
Nothing's weird.
weird. Nothing's weird to us.
I think I receive visions in my dreams, and
Okay.
sometimes these things happen very shortly afterwards, or sometimes it takes a while, and sometimes it's very mundane things that happen, and sometimes it's very big things. And I had maybe it was a dream, or maybe it was wishful thinking, but maybe it was a vision. But I had a vision that I was actually Secretary of State.
Wow.
And
We
I
could
thought,
use you actually.
oh, that would be great. The only thing was I was 80. I think I was 80 years old.
Okay.
So-
Well, it's a trade-off.
That I think that's the trade-off. And so I was going to ask you, maybe, should I pursue that line of work, hoping
Yeah.
to achieve that, or should I, focus on something else, or how should
Great
I?
question.
I have
That's a very
You should pursue that line of work. It's interesting. When I look at you, the first thing that I saw you during the First World War as a soldier. So, and it's interesting. I see you between Germany and England. And I think as the war ended, you got a political opportunity. So you got into politics. So it's very possible that that's when you got to end up by living some kind of a political life, and ended up by having a position of a Secretary of State, but not in America. I think that position had something to do with England or Germany. I see you as a soldier. I see you in a uniform. I see where you live. I see you working, going to war. It's interesting. I have that movie in front of me when I look at you, I see exactly what happened to you. It's just interesting. It's intense. I see what you've been going through. And similar, I think if you will ever do regression of the mind, you have clear memories of what happened to your life, to those previous lives. And those images will, by remembering those, you open a portal, you open something to the life right now. And I can promise you in 5 to 7 years from now, you will go into doing some kind of opening doors to the political arena here, and being able to achieve extraordinary things, and getting even in a higher position in the political world that you even dream of at this point. So go ahead and do it. You have somebody with a common name like John helping you, an older man in his 50s who will take you back. Does it make sense to you? Yeah.
I just wanted to say 3 things to what you said. One, World War I. I'm doing a master's degree right now at the London School of Economics, and I'm studying World War
The London School of Economics.
Yes, I'm American, but I'm studying here for a year because I've always had a strong
You're in
connection
England?
to England. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know
And-
that you're in England, to tell you
and
the truth, but I thought it was England.
I'm from Florida, actually. I'm from Florida. And I came here to England for a year to study. And third, my friend John is in law school, and we often joke that he will be my impeachment defense counsel. That's like so on the dot. Like,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
destiny, right? I don't know if you
Yeah.
want to add anything,
And
Jeff.
you meant to call and keep in touch with me. You know, I really want to guide you through this because, and there's someone else with the name Mark who you don't know yet, who's instrumental in guiding you. You will actually go so far, and your vision is not wrong. It's completely accurate. You're right on the money. You know, this comes from a previous incarnation. I always believe that in our lives, a lot of things that happen are just like Amy, her extraordinary talent. It comes to many incarnations of being a goddess, being a queen, accomplishing extraordinary things. The talent is in her, is there. But you, the same in your case, you know, you've been a man of power through centuries of evolution, and you know it. You know it. You just have to get ready and do it. And you're not going to miss, you know, you have an extraordinary trajectory of your life. It's incredible how far you, I hope you remember me when you're going to be on the top of the pyramid. I'll catch it. That's amazing. I'm just joking.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Carmen. I don't know how you're going to follow that, Tara, but
Well,
that's a
thank you
great
very
message.
much. I
Good luck,
appreciate it.
Jacob.
Good luck, Jacob. Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you, my dear.
Next up is Richard Marks.
Hey, Richard.
Hi, Mr. Richard.
Just unmute yourself. There you go.
Welcome.
Hi, thank you so
Hi.
much. It's so nice to be here.
What's your
Thank
question?
I have a question. I have a new book project called The Joy Effect that I've written this year,
Joy.
and The Joy Effect.
Okay.
And I'm looking for allies, like people who are going to help me turn it into media, podcast, a book. And I'm wondering who those allies are who can help me.
It's me. I
All
can
right.
help you with this.
Carmen, go ahead. Take the
I
question.
can help you. I can help you, and I can refer you to people who can help you with this. The idea is brilliant. You're missing 3 or 4 points, and you know you're missing something to make the project complete. So there are elements that you should add to make it as spectacular and as brilliant as possible. And you're right when you said I need to bring some different energies or different perspective to make it as intriguing as possible. And I think I'm one of those people that can guide you or refer you, and I'm here and get all my info. You're gonna find me everywhere. If you put my name, you find my phone number. Feel free to give me a call, and we can discuss in which way I can help you and in which way I can refer to people who can actually translate this into a huge bestseller. And it's not only that, it's not that you necessarily want your book to be, you want this message to be heard. You want this to become your mission that you've always, for many years, you want this, for a long time. You want this to become something, to be turned into reality. And you're at that point. I should say 9 months from now, a year and 3 months from now, this is going to become real. This is going to become tangible. And not only is going to become a book, but turns more than that. It can be an organization. It can turn into a non-profit thing. It can turn into way bigger. It can turn into the possibility of a TV show with a different format. So it goes way bigger than just a book. So allow this to be as big as it's meant to be, you know. You will have support of somebody with the name of William or a W name. You will have support overseas. Remember my words. You will have support from different parts of the world. You don't even expect this. Because it's meant to be, you'll get all the support possible.
Wow,
Wow.
Carmen, thank you.
Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Richard.
Would
Good
you want
luck.
to add something, Jeff? Carmen, just a little bit shorter, just because we have so many people, but
Right, sorry about that.
no, it's wonderful. I just wanted to tell Richard, I get this 4 of Pentacles, which means hold on to your idea, meaning, you know, get the domain. Just to always remember this is your, you know, you're sharing it in a lot of ways, but
Get a domain is brilliant, Amy. Brilliant idea. Brilliant idea that you should get it. It's yours. It's yours. Nobody should take it away. Do it ASAP. Amy gave you the best thing ever today. Make it yours. Make it yours.
I'm sure he will. Good luck, Richard. Thank you for joining us. Next up, Cynthia. Good afternoon, I think. How are you?
Hi, beautiful Cynthia.
Good. I just unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Thank you. I wanted to thank you all. From a couple of weeks ago, you sent thanks to Amy and Monty for leading the charge for my Teddy, and thank you for your prayers for Teddy. He's healing well for an old guy.
Good to hear
Thank you
that.
much. Yeah, and my question is, my timing's been a little off, just in a multitude of areas in my life, and my question is pretty generic about how's the rest of November looking for me?
Right back.
Jeff, do you want to go first?
I'll pull cards for November. Sure. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
I'll just see what words I get just before I was. Well, let's see what I got here. Obstacles, partnership, and growth, which is an interesting way to be for obstacles, partnership, and growth. So that was the first pull, and I understand part of it. I understand the part of getting focused and clearing what's in front of you, the opportunity to really focus on what it is you really want to do. Because I think once you center on something, the doors do open up. But you just have to, find that center and find your calm, and then from there, things will just grow. So it's you still have the month ahead of you, and just allow yourself to find that energy, and then everything else will fall into place. But but you just find that center first, and from there grow from there.
Do you have something to add, Carmen? Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, I don't think November is your month to see results of what you're planning. But I think the moment you step on the 2nd of December, many of the things that have been put on hold since June of this year seems to come to a resolution,
Wow.
if you understand what I mean. So hold on right now and don't panic about it, because you will see big results and you'll be very happy in 3-4 weeks from now.
Thank you, Carmen. Does that make
Thank
sense,
you.
Cynthia?
It makes a world of sense. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, honey.
Hi, how are you? I apologize. I'm getting ready. Thank you all for having this format. It came on real recently and it was very helpful. So thank you. My question is, are there spirits with me? This is like a general question. Are there spirits with me? Like, who are they? What's their vibe? What's the messaging?
That's not too general.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't tell.
Maybe Carmen could take it.
Carmen, take it.
Yeah, there is a man around you who passed like middle age, anything between 30 to 50 something. And I don't know who this man was, but he's around you. And there is a young person, like a child or a very young spirit. I don't know if this is somebody you could have had as a child and you choose not to. It feels to me like it's a little girl. It feels like it's a 13-year-old. I don't know if you ever felt her presence. She dressed like an angel and she comes around you and she tells you, Mommy. It's interesting. Have you ever lost a child a long time ago?
Yes.
Never? Yeah. So that's the baby that comes around you because you choose in a way indirectly not to have her or couldn't make it to you or something like that. So, but she does come in a protective way and she tells you all the time how beautiful you are. And she tries to make a presence acknowledged by making a little bit of a noise. If you will pay attention, and that's why you feel there is a spirit, you feel an energy. Spirits come in a form of an energy. So you feel something is around me. I don't know exactly what it is. Also who comes around you is a man. Your father is deceased.
Yes.
Your father comes around you. A very nice presence, your dad. Do you agree with me?
Yes. Yes.
Wonderful man. He loved you a lot, but he probably never showed enough love. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
He tells me, I never showed her enough the love I had for her, but I'm trying to protect her now and open the doors that she will see opening in front of her. And I participate in opening those doors. He shows me an S, a W name. She shows me some initials. maybe
Shelley.
referring.
My mom.
Yeah. So talking about, he loved your mom. Do you agree?
Yes, yes.
Your mom was his inspiration. He adored your mom. And he said that you were the product of a great love. So he comes so warm, and this man is really one of those souls that you can count on feeling protected. Anytime you need something, talk to him. He can hear you. He can hear you.
Okay, thank you. That makes total sense. Yes, thank you.
I mean, what a wonderful message. It's you're amazing. I got chills the whole time.
Yeah, I don't think you should be taking classes. I think you should be going to Duke University and giving classes.
Thank you.
No, that's where they study things like that.
This is what everyone cares about, right? What happens when we die, what's going on around us. I mean, we want that confirmation, and what a beautiful thing that you're able to give that.
Right. Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ask the Oracle. Brings you only the finest. Multi-dimensional travelers.
Because you are the best. You're the creator of this.
Well,
you created. You the foundation. You guys, there's nobody like you. I just want the world to know there's no one like you. Too. You know, there's no one.
I don't think there's anyone like you.
Yeah, really.
How are you today?
I'm really good. I'm so honored to be here with you, Carmen, and everybody else. Love you all. My question is about writing as well. It's Writer's Day, obviously. I don't know how to phrase it to get it down to one thing, but it's like fiction, nonfiction. Do you see a project?
Fiction.
I knew my
yeah. Monte, you took the words out of my mouth. You see how we are in tune. I'm in tune with your mind.
Well, let's put it this way. If you would have said nonfiction, I would have agreed with you.
No.
Well, of course.
And
fiction, because I see the whole theme of the book, and you have this book in you for quite a long time. You know, you want to do it and you put it on hold. Do you agree with me?
I'm hoping it's the same one. You know, there's a few of those.
It is the same book. It is the same one, because you came up with the different ways of approaching it, but actually it's one book. And there's a big book. It's a big book. It's a lot of a book.
Yeah,
so if
I know what book you mean.
I can cut it in pieces. No, it's the same book. And the more
that's interesting. I was wondering
add
whether to cut it into pieces. Yeah.
You can add to the book. And what the book should be also about your life, your experiences, your growth. That's why it should be fiction. Because it is actually, in a way, I don't know if you agree with me, it's a biography too. Do you agree with me?
I do. In a really weird way. Yeah.
In a very weird way. Yeah. But then you take the biography and you turn it into something else. You give it a meaning, you know what I mean? But a beautiful meaning. But you have the foundation through your own life experience.
Yeah.
It's just so magical. But you have a character through the book that I love. Your main character I love. Do you agree with me?
Oh yeah, I do.
That's my love, your main character.
Hey, Jeff, you got 3 words for
silence. That's
a fantastic answer. So
it was.
Does that help, Susanna?
It absolutely. It's actually makes me.
She's right on.
Yeah.
Hey, can people get readings with you? I mean, is that in the chat where they can contact you for readings?
In her website, Carmen.
And your website, Carmen.
I think it was posted.
Yeah, it was posted.
With me?
Yeah.
No, I just want to make sure that people can get in touch with you, because I'm sure a lot of them want to know. Well, there he goes. Down the hall. No problem.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love you. I'm so proud of you. It's going to work phenomenal. Just don't give up and see who's the woman with the L name that comes on board as your and with an S too, Sarah, somebody who's on board in editing, in putting the material. You'll need somebody like that, and it's a younger woman who comes on board, blonde, long hair. Somebody's helping you with this. Yeah.
Good luck, Susanna.
Good luck. And Shem. Hi, Shem.
Hi,
Hi,
Shem.
how are you?
Hi, Shem.
I would like to know about my talents and gifts.
Talents and gifts. I guess it's for Carmen.
You can have talents and
I
gifts.
want Carmen to answer everyone because it's
Really?
amazing. It's like a TV show.
It's like Ask the Oracle's coasting edition.
Go, Carmen, go.
Yeah.
You
Let's
have
work for
talents
mom.
and gifts, but they've been repressed. Do you agree with me? You repress, you know you have them, and for some reason they are hidden within you since you are 12. Does that make sense?
Not sure.
Go back to your youth, go back to you were young, and you wanted to release them and you never did. So that's what comes to me, that there's something within you that you could never bring to the surface. It's like that power within you that you felt is there, but you've never been, either you didn't trust yourself enough or you haven't been enough encouraged. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You need to be empowered through life. Especially when you're really young, you expect your family to encourage you, expect somebody to, you didn't have that kind of an encouragement. I don't know about the name Jose or Juan comes to me. Who's that?
What's the name?
Jose Juan. It's like some kind of a Spanish name. Does this ring any bell to you? Okay, so this name comes to me for somebody you'll be working with that will help you bring to the surface your talent. Okay, are you also planning to be creative, like writing something yourself?
No.
What are you planning to do? The reason I'm asking you because your talent is so hidden that I can't bring it out.
Carmen,
You want to release?
Sorry. You want her to think back when she was 12 to what she loved to do?
Yeah, whatever she's not releasing. So in other words, when you hide your gift, and you keep it inside you, and you never thought is there, it's hard to acknowledge it. It's hard to bring it to the surface.
Okay.
Give me your birthday. Tell me when you born. Give me the month and the day of your birth and the year.
March 30, 1972.
So you see, your creativity is enormous. You're a very creative person. Creativity in so many respects. You can write, you can design, you can, any of these things, talents, you acknowledge. You acknowledge any of this. Which are the talents that you personally acknowledge? And you have longevity, you have a connection with your mom. Where is your father?
My mom and my father are divorced.
Okay.
Mom is no more.
Your mom is deceased?
Yes.
Okay. You have a karmic connection with her, and I think that the passing had something to do with not being able to release something. And also your father figure is missing. Was he present in your life? Yeah. Your father figure is not present. So you see, when you're missing the energies that you're coming from, then there's a problem. You need to rediscover yourself. And I feel like you're calling here not by accident. You're in a process of self-discovery. And when you rediscover yourself, here is where you're going to find your gifts and your talents that exist within yourself. But they are having something to do with being a very creative force. And you're very caring. You're very loving. That you doubt yourself. You don't trust yourself. So your problem, and I don't know why, because otherwise the power is within there. You know what I mean? With you, I can do some kind of a psychological work to make you tune into that power.
Hey, Carmen, we've got to move on because we won't get to everybody.
It's very generous. And Sam, you have a lot to think about now.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Powerful information.
Thank you.
Okay, so what we're gonna do going forward, this next person doesn't have her video. She can't turn it on, so she's gonna just ask the question. Her name is Consuelo. And then what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to look at the clock, and after 2 or 3 minutes, I'm gonna have to just send the next person in for a question. Okay, I'm sorry, but we have
anybody that gets a reading from Carmen privately gets a jam-packed reading. That's
right. because we still got a lot of people to go.
The Arnold Schwarzenegger of the psychic world.
All right.
In 3 minutes or less, let's go. All right.
All right,
morning.
Consuela, you can talk.
Hello. Hi, Carmen. Hello, everybody.
Well,
I would like to know what November has in store for me.
in 3 minutes or less.
November has in store for you a major event, especially towards the end of the month. So you have to be prepared and organize this experience. And has something to do. Do you have a child, Consuela?
No, I don't.
Okay. This has something to do with the younger person. Do you have a younger brother or a younger sibling or somebody younger?
Yeah, I have a friend who's a young man.
Okay, so has something to do, this event has something to do with a younger person. It can be a younger male, a younger friend or a younger brother, anybody like that. So this event is centered around this person. Also, I want you to check on some tests. Are you planning to do any blood work or anything medical?
I'm scheduled to just update my blood work. So I'm supposed to go in and do that.
Check on the blood work this month. It's very significant to see what kind of a blood work, what results of the blood work. And do me a favor, I'll give this for free to you because there's something in the blood work I want you to discuss with me. So do the blood work and then give me a call. That okay?
Sure.
I'm not scaring you. There's something we can fix right away. But the way I see it, the doctor might not detect it. You know, it always is very possible that a doctor can see a blood work and not see it. Okay.
Right. Carmen, my love, you are so generous with your thoughts. So it's just, we have 1 minute left to ask the other oracles if they have anything to add.
No, I mean, we don't have anything.
And Jeff, do you have anything to add?
No.
Okay.
But we don't really do medicine here. We don't do.
Right. Well, this is
we
really,
try not to do. Well, we don't. We don't usually.
we don't
Well,
do
I
health and
I
politics.
Carmen does because she's amazing.
I have a doctorate degree, so that's the only reason I dare do this. You know.
Gotcha.
I think it's fantastic. Everyone must be so eager to hear their message because you give them
Exactly.
Right.
Consuela, we're gonna thank you for your question. We're gonna go on to our friend Barrett, and there's ways to connect with Carmen in the chat, so you can take that home. Thanks.
All right.
Hi guys.
Hey Barrett.
My question is Terrell going to work into full time? And when? Well, I guess is Terrell going to work into full time? It's actually part time now, which is great. But is it going to pick up?
April, the next year.
Not right away.
Carmen says April.
Yeah, that sounds
April
right.
next year. Don't panic about this answer. There's a reason of a little bit of a delay. It's for your own good.
I agree.
I agree too. Wow.
Yes, the Oracle Council has spoken.
Okay. That was fast. Okay. Thank you, Barrett.
That's one. I hope you got enough out of it, Barrett.
Wow.
That was his question, right?
Yeah. I just heard not right away, and I agree with Carl. April
Yeah.
sounds right. A lot in the world, by the way, astrologically, is going to change in April. A lot in the public world.
Right.
Yeah, a lot.
Yes.
I mean, like more than I can
So
say.
true.
Better,
So
right?
true.
For the change of, it depends.
Oh, it's change, right?
Okay, change is change, not small change.
Big
change.
Big change. No, I definitely think it's going to be better, but a lot of people are not going to agree with it.
Hello, Amanda. Good afternoon. Or good morning. to you.
Oh my God, it's Amanda Green with her new background, which I love, and her new hairstyle.
Beautiful.
Hi, thank you, Oracle Council. I just want to know if you have any ideas on how I can be present and patient while I'm going through the process of grief and finalizing the divorce.
And what was the last part?
Finalizing the divorce. How can she be present
How should
while
we be
she's going
present?
through grief and divorce?
You need Brooklyn. I can tell you that right now. You need to fuck them. You know, you've written that. That is really the only way to get through situations like that. You're lucky to get out.
That's the Dow of Brooklyn.
The Dow of Brooklyn, a book I am working on, which is,
Brilliant.
classically, fuck them if they can't take a joke. That's what we used to say. Still don't know what it means, but that's what we used to say.
Well, I get you're close. I get the judgment card, which is right before the world and the tarot. So this is the do or die time, you know, where you really have to pull in all your spiritual tools and all your spiritual beliefs, and you know, it's no time to not take it all seriously.
Right.
You know, this stuff works, and if you implement it, and you know all about that.
Where the spiritual rubber meets the road.
Yes.
Jeff got 3 words for you for the first
I
time.
personally think you are not ready for this divorce. You didn't have a plan B. When you go through a divorce, you have a plan B. You only have the plan A, and there was no plan B. So it caught you by surprise. So it became overwhelming and too painful, and you have no idea where to go from here. But the divorce was necessary. It's good that it happened. And now you start, get ready for the new beginning and start to close doors to this chapter in the book of your life by saying, I'm ready to open something new. I'm ready for a new beginning. And focus only on the new energy, because you're such a beautiful soul and there's such a phenomenal person for you in the next 9 months. If you knew that, you will get so excited and so ready. And by the way, you're going to change something with your hair, and you're going to do something with you change so much in your appearance, in everything. You look so different. And send me a picture with you and this new guy, because you guys are going to look fabulous. And you'll say, thank God I divorced that fucker, excuse my friend, because this new guy is so good for me. Excuse me.
Fantastic. How exciting.
You know, which is weird, because I saw her with a new hairstyle also. I said it, but she's not wearing a new hairstyle.
And she has the best.
No, not yet. From January on, not yet.
Oh, it's crazy. I said it and I was like, why am I saying this?
That's so funny.
Amanda, all I was going to add is to let go of your attachments, because
Right.
what's holding you back is that.
Right.
And that is, you know, because you're resisting it for whatever reason, even though you know you need to let go. And you'll get through this, and the grieving gets never really over, but you know, but the pain, it helps get reduced when you can let go, and when you allow yourself to let go on your terms.
Right.
And when when you get to like a level of, I'll call it enchantment, but when you can finally let go, you're in a much different headspace than you are now. But and that's on your timeline. You know, we can't control.
Yeah, you know, because people talk about, well, these are unrealistic expectations. Well, guess what? All expectations are unreasonable, because nobody's guaranteed another breath, let alone winning the lottery. You know what I mean? It's like all expectations are unreasonable. You just got to move forward in the present moment. And if anybody could do it, you can, because you've dealt with a lot worse.
Yeah.
Well, now that Carmen said she's going to meet someone, like it's all fine now.
Right, and she's going to have like a marine hairstyle.
Yeah.
And she'll, yeah, really.
Oh.
You'll be like me.
Have a fabulous, somebody's going to do it for her. Younger girl, she's doing a different cut, changing colors, doing, oh my gosh, she's going to look a different person.
Okay, cool. I can't wait to see Amanda.
Yeah.
Much love to you, man. Much love.
Thank you all.
Love you.
Love you too.
All right, who's next?
Marion?
Marion.
Okay, I'm here.
Good.
Welcome.
All of a sudden you went mute.
You went muted on us.
Okay.
Oh, here
Okay.
you are. Okay, good.
Sorry, it was good before.
It's okay.
I'm so glad to see you again, and I got to see your show on Facebook. It was awesome.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yes, it was.
I remember you do jewelry and you do art, as I recall.
Yeah, I do. And I've had a incredible busy time. Been really working hard and changing my attitude, I hope. And my birthday's this week, and I was wondering what I might have in store according to the oracles for this week and maybe the next few weeks, if anything's changing.
I see you going to a formal event. I don't understand why, but I just, I was just showing you wearing a tuxedo. Not that I would think that you'd be wearing a tuxedo.
That's the way psychic stuff works.
But yeah, but it was
a tuxedo event.
The tuxedo event, exactly. So that I just think this is going to be a formal year for you.
I get the truth card from the Wild Goddess, our new oracle, and that's like, I think you're being more honest with yourself, and therefore you're going to be more honest and direct with everyone else, and that's a great thing. I think it's something that you needed to achieve, and you've reached a new level with that truth telling. You're more of a warrior now.
Okay. So that's the Wild Goddess, you said? What did you say it was?
It's our new oracle that comes with this big book. It's 52 cards. So it's the truth card that I pulled.
Truth card. So now I can tell the truth.
Yes.
Finally.
Finally, yes.
We all have to reach that point at some point. What do you get, Carmen?
Do you mind telling me which day you born in this month?
11.
11. Okay. So you are at the end of a cycle. And I want to ask you, what is your association with France? Any connection that you have with that part of the world?
France?
Anything? Yeah.
Oh, well, it's my father's homeland.
Okay. Because I can see you having something to do. Either you do an exposition there or something there. You have thought of that?
Yes, I was looking a few days ago at the French diplomats in Chicago area where I'm near.
Right.
And I was thinking that maybe I should be
I see you
with them.
traveling to France somewhere next year, after the summer of the next year, and having a lot of recognition there, because in the 16th century, you lived there. So you had a life in that part of the world. So you're just confirming what I saw, that your ancestors have something to do with that part of the world. So if I were you, I look to go back to my roots of my soul. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot coming from that part of the world in terms of recognition, money, achievement. I see you getting an award there, which is phenomenal, you know? So yeah, because your art, the root of your art in your brain, in this reactive part of the brain goes there. The memory of the soul goes to that time, back to that
16th,
time.
16th century.
So go back to your, that's why I ask you, what's the association? When you tell me your father, it just confirmed that we're going back through the ancestry books. So we're going back to that time when you lived there and worked there, and you're going back there. We always go to the roots, you know, and going there, you get a lot of recognition there, and even money and support from, you don't even expect the money and support you get from there. But it's only coming somewhere the second part of 2022 when you will be able to get what I'm telling you, not before that. Because you open a chapter in the book of your life that takes you back there. And then from 22, the summer, all the way down to the end of 23, when you will see in motion what I'm projecting. Yeah.
Does it have to do with the landscape or the land?
We have to move on.
We have to move on. We only do one question.
You got a lot of information there. I saw you writing it down. I love the book of your life. We all have a book of our life, right?
Yes, absolutely. We all do.
All right, next up is Jewel. Jewel, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Hey, Jewel.
The best name.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
I love you, girl. You're so pretty. You have such a great energy.
Thank you very much. Okay, I was recently in a car accident, and it threw off a lot, both personally and professionally. And all I want to do is rest. But do I have a question? I guess, what is it that I need to know?
Well, you know, every time I have an accident, and that could be hitting my head or whatever, I'm always glad it wasn't worse, because it's as if, like, astrologically, you got to sort of propitiate the gods or the goddesses, and you got to have some kind of accident. I mean, I can't see it from below your shoulders, but you seem okay.
Yes.
Did your leg one of your leg was hit?
I'm sorry,
one of your leg, you had pain in one of your legs?
Well, it's lower back, but I'm feeling it in my legs as well, and the neck. And I'm being seen by a doctor now. But yeah, it's been very challenging these past 3 weeks.
I get the free spirit from our wild goddess. which is kind of interesting. I think it's making you appreciate what a free spirit you are by having to be locked down like this. I remember once I hurt my eye, it just made me more appreciative of what I can see, things that we take for granted, right?
Right.
So I think it is changing you. I think it's changing you for the better in so many ways by having to stop like this. But, you know, gratitude is like the most healing thing. The bigger it gets, right? The more we appreciate life and everything that we have.
And you seem very grateful anyway.
You
I mean,
do.
I don't think we're telling you anything you don't know.
I am.
I
Yeah.
don't see anything wrong being with you except on one of your foot or a nerve or something.
Yes,
But even the
nerves.
back, yeah, even the back is good. You're good. Probably in the back, one of the nerves goes through the leg in the spine. But other than that, you're fine. You're perfect. Do you have a daughter?
No, no children.
No children. Can you have kids at this point?
I can. I just
Yeah.
don't want to.
You don't want. You're
Right.
supposed
One
to
of our
have a little
tribe.
girl. It's up to you, but you're supposed to have a little girl. There's a little girl gravitating around you. It's up to you whether you want her or you don't. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think about it a little bit because you're gonna have to start dreaming about her.
So we've gone beyond no medical to that. We're actually doing fertility work.
All right.
Okay.
Ask the oracle.
You never know what you're gonna hear for your message.
All right.
Interesting.
IVF, you know, edition of Ask the Oracle.
Thank you, Jewel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you.
Feel better.
Hello. Welcome back.
Hey, Tara.
Hey, Tara, unmute yourself, please.
Thought I did that. Sorry. Spirit, like guardians and spirit guides, same thing or not? Because I'm getting a lot of information, but I get that part confused, and I'm like trying to figure out how to move forward. And I don't know, like spirit guides and guardians, are they the same thing?
I have to say, I mean, you ask a lot of questions on the show and you always say you're confused, and yet you don't seem like you're confused at all.
I'm trying to figure out how to move forward. And like for the first half of my life, everything was, you should be in healthcare, you should be in, you know, helping people. And then now that direction it seems to be changing all the time. And I'm getting a little confused about that. And, you know, within our circle, everybody's like, well, you should write a book. And I'm going, ew, gross. Like, no, I just don't want to.
Well,
and I'm a horrible writer. So.
Yeah, you shouldn't write a book if you don't want to write a book.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Tell them to write their book.
So you're generally confused and you're trying to get some clarity what you should do next.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand what's going on around, you know, trying to understand the message. I'm not getting the clarity, and I don't know how to move forward with the information that I'm sort of getting.
That's not very clear.
Yeah.
Wait, you stumped Carmen. Oh my God.
Wow.
No, I'm you know what I feel? I feel like you need to kind of get some structure in who you are, what are you here for, and learn a little bit about the ancient teaching, because it's gonna guide you through understanding who are the spirit guide, who are the, you know, the angel on the get those notions clear in your mind, because then you're not going to be confused. And I see two people guiding you, by the way. You have, and those are your guides, your spirit guide, they everything for you. And one is a man, an older man who used to wear glasses, and he comes many times through the door, especially at 4 a.m. in the morning. He even makes a noise. Do you wake up at 4 a.m.?
Not usually, no.
Okay.
But there is noises that I can't explain.
Yeah, so he does make a noise. So this is somebody who's related to you, or he says something to do with you. And I see him clearly. He used to be a tall man. He has vision problem, used to wear glasses. Does this resonate with you?
I have several people like that.
Yeah, so one of them that you are close to, that he used to be very connected to, especially when you were a teenager. He tells me he used to invest in you emotionally. This is definitely a family member. Okay. And he shows me an M name. I don't know, an M and a D. He shows me two initials. Does this ring any bell to you? and Stephen, Stam, something with an S. I keep on hearing names on my head from this man.
Yeah, this is where the problem comes in. I get like, I don't, that doesn't ring anything. I don't know. And that's what I mean. I feel like there's a lot going on up there and I can't figure it out.
No, you have to dissociate from the people, because I'm telling you something specific actually.
Yeah.
You have to get the specific and get the message. So this confusion is within you. If I were you, I'll work on not being confused anymore, being more centered.
Yeah, I don't know where the M and the D come from, and I don't know what the S is.
Well, you will. All I can tell you that you will. After we hang up the conversation, you will realize what I'm telling you. You may not realize, because you in this phase of not discerning things right away. I am 100% sure that after we hang up this an hour ago, you said, wait a minute, this woman told me something that I didn't resonate in that second, but now I resonate. I feel you are like that. It can happen to you all the time. Yeah. And so this is one of the things that I would love to help you with, because I would love to bring some awareness, shift your perception about things that can make your life different. Your whole universe will change if we shift the perception. This is what we need to change in your case.
Cool.
So then everything is going to fall in place. Like this, things in your life are all over the place and nowhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
All right.
Who's next on deck?
Nanika.
Lauren?
Nanika.
It's Nanika.
Hi, Nanika.
Just unmute, please, Nanika.
Mute button. Okay.
There you go.
I was wondering what, I'm going to say cards, energy, etc., has in store for me this next week, because I'm going through interesting battles within myself.
Well, I hear get in the car and go, so I don't know what that means.
Get in the car and go?
Get in the car and go.
Okay.
So I don't know if
Don't
that,
hesitate.
I don't know if that means, leave town or
Maybe
That's what I'm wondering.
I think you're going to get an invitation or some sort of good news that's going to make you act, either to go or.
all right. So if they ask you to go, go. I guess that's
Okay.
what
That's a combination of my answer and Monty's answer.
because this means arrows of love. It's someone telling you they love you, which is nice.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. I hope it's accurate.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know. I guess we can take the next question then.
We have to, because Lauren will get mad at us that we're
That's
not
right.
answering everybody's questions.
Hi, Bernie. Welcome.
Hey, folks.
Bernie,
How are you?
we're good. Glad to see you, man.
Easy question. Looking to travel to Germany, possibly Estonia, either next year or in 2023. Kind of like do family roots and get the kids a sense of what's going on. Which year should we pick? Next year or the following year? We're leaning towards 2023 because amass more funds so we can do more things and stay longer.
I think maybe the end of 2022.
Well,
Yeah, and 23, 22.
what was that, Carmen? I'm sorry, I missed that.
And
Amy's right. End of 22, beginning of 23.
yeah.
And Jeffrey gets it also.
Stability. By that time, more stability.
Yeah.
More stability in that part of the world, And I also feel that you might buy a piece of property in that part of the world.
Oh, wow.
You've been
Okay.
a pilot. You've been a pilot there when the airplanes were created. You've been a pilot. What is your feeling about airlines?
Oh, I don't mind traveling by air or helicopter. It's all good. It's a blast.
It's all good because you've been a pilot. I see you as a pilot in an airplane. It's so interesting. Yeah.
See that? I can see that. He looks good in the headset. I know. What you
Yeah,
mean.
there we go.
Safe travels to you, Bernie.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Hello, Mary. Welcome back to the show. Just unmute, please.
I guess that's him.
Hi, how are you? Carmen, look, I love your book. I love your book.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Carmen's the best. Are you kidding?
Carmen, the last time you talked to me about this question, which was about the triangle that I'm in, and nobody's married.
Whoa.
Excited.
Wait a minute. My ears just perked up. This sounds like an interesting question.
Anyway, you told me I was very patient. I am patient. That is for sure. But is
Right.
there anything good that I can expect out of this situation anytime soon?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, and you've been very patient. That's true. More than patient. I don't know who else could have done what you did, but you're about to see the results of your patient. Finally, after all this time of waiting, you're gonna see that what you planted by being patient is giving you a good resolution. So you're almost there. You're almost there. I should say 6 weeks, 2 months and a half, you're about to see something extraordinary, coming to you, and you know what I mean. Yeah.
Hey, Mary, do you have a moon or Jupiter in Taurus?
No, my moon is in Virgo and nothing in Taurus, now that I think about
Just
it.
asking, because usually people with moon in Taurus, especially moon and Jupiter conjunct in Taurus, they will put up with more stuff than anybody has a right to expect anybody to put up with. So I was just wondering.
Oh, understood. But the reason is this man and I have many past lives together.
Yes. That's and she acknowledged that, and there were many times I think she wanted to give up, to run away, and then she realized she can't. And when you see the tide, the karmic ties that go through so many lives, then you stick with each other. I mean, you two guys, Amy Monte, you'll be forever in the universe. You tied forever.
Hoping.
There's no, yeah.
We hope so.
There's no way,
Wow.
And so
I've already divorced myself from all my previous lifetime relationships. I've told them all to go scratch because
Yes.
It's like what it says on the pizza boxes. You've tried the rest, now try the best.
Right.
Damn.
So I should be patient for longer. That's your advice, right?
No, just a little bit longer.
Just a
You know
little
what I
bit
mean?
longer.
It's just you're almost there. You're almost there.
You got one
The
read
light in front of you. It's just done. You're almost done. It's done.
I missed it. I was probably
So it pays off, being so patient and being so wise and so aware and working on it and acknowledging those experiences, it brings you the positive answer and the positive result.
Well, she helped it along by being the person she is. So that helps too.
All I can say is no man
I
is
love
worth
you.
Ah,
Love you, Mary. Love you.
Carmen.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so much. Thank you.
And who's up? Amelia.
Amelia.
Hello,
Hi,
can you hear
Amelia.
me?
We can hear you.
Amelia,
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you beautiful.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. I just first want to say blessings, love, and light. You're all beautiful spirit. I've been following you since I knew that there was such. I wanted to ask, there's a lot of stuff that I overcome. I'm also a sensitive Monty, and I'm a writer. And I'm wondering if some of the static that I've dealt with and some of the stuff that I can't really resolve, and I don't need to then, is that interfering with some of my work as far as spiritually? I mean, like with my connections, because I feel I haven't been as open to that, and I feel kind of like I'm being pulled two separate ways, and it doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, I get psychically that you're like a super strong person and a super intense person. And, like as a Leo rising, I'm willing to say things that other people
That's
wouldn't
me
say.
too. Yeah, okay.
Right. Well, if you're a Leo rising, I get the feeling that you're a super strong person. You should just let it out. Don't hold it back. Don't think that, oh, they're judging me. I'm not spiritual. I'm not new age, because I feel like you got the goods. So you might as well do it.
Thank you. No, well, people put that down, like that became
Yeah, but
an issue, but I didn't care.
That's what I'm always trying
Right.
to get people into their Brooklyn head. It's just like, fuck them. I mean, really,
Yes,
I know
I
I'm not just saying that. I'm not
Right,
saying
no,
it.
it's true.
If people
It's
only
true.
knew how much I mean it. I don't really
No.
give a shit.
Monty, I believe you. I like it that you can. I could say something. I'm the people laureate for here, and I am speaking everything now.
Okay,
So I
good.
do want to say thank you, and I can't wait to get the new book and congratulations on the new show. I love how you are able to say fuck them. I need to learn that.
I will say it to their face. That's, and just like, because, you know, there's no time to waste, you know, we're all in this together. And as Carmen knows, there's none so blind as those who will not see. And if you got people that just want to fight with you, you know what?
Amelia, you're so talented, lady. You're a poet. You sometimes feel misunderstood, but your talent is enormous, enormous. You're a poet. You have to write. You have such a beautiful way to express yourself. But it's like the world around seems not to understand the magnitude of your gift. Your gift is beautiful. Just put it in writing. Put it out there. It's within you. You need to express yourself.
Thank you. All right.
I love you.
Next up, Susan. Susan's up.
Hi, Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Susan.
Beautiful Susan.
She's amazing.
Oh,
hi.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, for sure.
Thank you so much. I was just trying to work with my enchanted app here on the phone to choose between two questions. Carmen's here, so I kind of want to ask about relationships, and you guys both mentioned April, and I think I better go with that. Michelle Marie and my other Vedic astrologer have said that April is going to be a very important time for me and my writing, and that there are spiritual things that can help the world that can come through me. What's the best thing for me to do between now and then to best prepare to be of service writing?
Yes. But I think just doing it, just doing it, because you have a number of books within you. You have fabulous ideas that my sense is that you just have to concentrate on every one of them, you know what I mean? And decide which one you're going to do first. And on the other hand, make decisions on your private relationships. What can you tell me about that? Is there a particular person you're interested in right now?
Yes, we've just set a wedding date. Our original wedding was to have been May of 2020. COVID canceled our Alaskan Dream Cruise chartered.
Right.
So we've just set a date of March 2nd, 2023.
That's a good date. That's a good date. Yeah. So that's gonna, because I see stability in your private life. So that needs to be taken care of. So you need to know in your soul, when it comes to my personal life, when it comes to my love life, I know where I stand. I know what to expect. I know where my life is going. So that's fabulous. On one hand. And on the other hand, put all your energy into your wonderful projects that are going to happen. I feel like you're going to write at least 3 to 6 books. It's up to you. The moment you start doing it, it's going to come one after each other. So you're not going to stop. The flow is there. The energy is, the idea is there. But find somebody to help you do it, because, this is not an easy task. When you start writing a book, I myself wrote a number of books. When you do a book, you need somebody to edit them, to put them in a book format. So find somebody to help you with that. Because the moment you're going to achieve one of them, you'll go for more. And you'll have somebody, not a big publish house. I feel like a smaller publish house will go for them. It doesn't matter. It's good enough. Don't go for a big publish house. They're not going to pay enough attention. They're too busy with other big projects. But go for a smaller publish house. They will give you enough attention, And think I also have a sense that you might relocate and invest in something. So think about that. I see a fabulous property. It might be by the water. So think about that too.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Wow, great. Thank you, Susan. Wow. Look who's up next. It's Rachel. Rachel, welcome back.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
Hey, I'm Rachel. My question is, I sort of have to make a quick decision on, I'm part of doing this medical board right now. Some of the other people know about it, but I haven't seen you, I don't think, in a long time, Carmen, but you did read me once. So I'm under a medical board with the military, and I have to choose if I want to take one route, which is to really push for myself to stay in for another 8 years and fight this diagnosis, or if I just should cut my losses because I think I'm going to lose anyway and get as much money out of them as I can. And it's a really super confusing process. If I want to know if there's any way that I can fight this and still continue in my career, if that's really a possibility for me to push in that way and focus on doing that, or should I just say fuck it and go?
I think there is a possibility. There is a possibility for you to fight this. That did I tell you this before?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I see the possibility, and I feel the possibility is right away. It's almost like I feel that you should act immediately on this possibility. Don't put it on hold. I feel like the more you're not convinced and there's no decision on this, the more you delay something that can finalize. Does it make sense? I have a sense of urgency in taking a decision. Does this make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get letters from people and to support me. And
so in other words, if you do it right now and get at least 6 letters of people, this number makes sense to you.
I mean, yeah, I guess the thing is, if I fight to stay, they might not give me, then I have to leave anyway. If I'm deemed unfit, then I might not get as much disability as I could have gotten if I just said I'm leaving and that's it.
So what is in your heart the best option? Is it staying for another 8 years or leaving? Because I feel like you want to leave. That's the sense. Am I right?
I want to leave, but it's a stupid financial decision. And this board is me up against a mental health diagnosis, which I don't think is correct. They're calling
No, totally incorrect. Here, can you get some other people on board to reevaluate you?
I had a doctor reevaluate me, and 3 doctors have given me the same diagnosis, which is really frustrating because
so every single doctor who evaluated you gave you the wrong diagnosis. Am I right?
Yeah, and that makes me think maybe
who evaluated you? Who evaluated you?
3 different psychiatrists. They're telling me that I have a bipolar disorder, and then that's.
Are you taking medication for that?
No, and I haven't ever, and I don't need to, and I won't take it. I don't want to take medication. I don't think I need it. I just have trouble sleeping. That's my main thing.
This has nothing to do with bipolar. Bipolar is a very clear psychological disorder. It's a very clear disease. So I don't know based on what they gave you this. So 3 of them. So that's where the problem is. So if you stay here, you for the rest of your life, you have the stigma of being sick, and you will have to be forced to be on medication. If you walk away, it may be financially wrong, but at least it gives you a chance, to redefine your life, to walk away from this and find other doctors,
Carmen,
Yeah.
I think that with this one, we're getting very close to
I
Rachel's
know.
core, and I don't want to share
Yeah.
all of her personal stuff with this entire audience.
Yeah, sorry.
No, Rachel, it's okay. But, going into a diagnosis that you have or you don't have is not all of our business. So maybe you guys do it together somewhere, okay? I love you, Rachel. You know that. I just
Give me a
want to
call.
keep it. I
Give
just
me a
want to keep it appropriate. That's why we don't go into doctor stuff.
Give me a call because we can
it's
talk.
private.
Get a reading from her.
Yeah.
Why don't we get Jeff? Do you have any words for Rach?
We love you, and we can follow up separately too. But if I were to comment on anything, it's I believe in the end of it, even if you do figure out a way to stay, I do think you should leave, and that's the bottom line. Is I think
Me, I feel the same way.
You-
I don't know what Amy and
You-
Monte feels, but I personally feel like
if you had a way to talk to a future version of you today, she would tell you
Yeah.
that you should have left, and that despite everything else, that you would be much happier leaving than staying.
Yeah.
So that's all.
Because you wouldn't be in a place where other people could define you.
I mean, it's just bullshit, and I didn't mean to bring any medical stuff, but I don't even consider it a medical problem, to be honest. It's just their word against mine.
But that has a lot to do with the abuse that is done on you.
So but here's the thing, and this is the part that's so hard, is that we it sounds like, even though I'm not an oracle, Rachel, it sounds like to me that the finances can't be what's running your life.
Exactly.
You're unhappy.
Congratulations on saying that. That's
You
genius.
don't want to be in this situation. You really need to leave, and you have all this love around you. Whatever decision you make, you have support.
Right.
But this is, this is not okay. You could talk to me personally. I had to do lots of things that were terrible financial choices, but at least I'm standing here and I'm okay.
Right.
Thank you, Lauren.
That was good. And
we
you
love you.
Oracle. You're an official.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, you're on the council.
Yeah.
All right. You got it. Love you, Rachel.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Thanks.
Say hi to Ollie. And who's next?
Lena.
Hi, Lena.
Lena.
Hello.
This is Carmen.
Uh-oh.
Hi, Alina.
Hi.
I think when people have to ask their question,
I
they
have
vibe
a
out
question
their
for Carmen because I cry lately a lot and I couldn't sleep because I have a fight with the guy that I like from Spain, and because another guy divorced with a child insisting to have something with me, and
it's better
I don't know why he
not to
cannot
explain, just ask your
alive,
question.
and now I'm a bit like
Alina?
yeah, I don't talk anymore with a guy with what?
What's your question?
Just make it a question, don't explain.
Yeah, because we don't have much time.
Alina, just have it in a format of a question. Ask a question. How is the question? Just formulate it in a question.
Question is my question is that if the guy that I really like, that you were gonna be together to talk, and because now it's a bit
we can't understand you very well.
Your Wi-Fi is bad.
You're breaking up. The Wi-Fi is very bad. We cannot hear you.
Well, I heard no, but the Wi-Fi is so bad, I'm not sure I heard the right question.
Alina, I'm going to repeat what I think you said, and please shake your head if this is what you were trying to say. Were you asking the oracles if this person is going? She's gone? Yeah. Oh, okay.
I think it was
bad Wi-Fi.
Bad Wi-Fi. Is that it, Laura?
Very, very bad phone. Actually, you guys were so good, you caught up with yourselves.
Oh, good.
So you can have 2 minutes to maybe do a reading for
the whip.
all of us. I know, I'm sorry, but the list just kept growing. And then Joyce wasn't able to, she's here, but she wasn't able to be
Carmen,
on, whatever.
We got to get readings from you, Carmen.
Yes, I'm going to make a date with you, Carmen.
Carmen, I'll do the same.
Yes. Yeah. I love that, Amy. I'm so honored. I love you guys. Oh, I love you.
Now,
Amy.
if we have a minute, what do you think the difference between fate and destiny is? Because, our willpower, we always tell people when we read their chart, this is what it says now, but our willpower, can change things. But sometimes things are destined, right? Like
some things are destined. I think what is destined is the moment when you're born was destined, the moment when you leave. There are things that are preordained, but a lot of stuff can be changed through life, and it's your decision how you navigate through your life. But I found the two names, fate and destiny, very similar in what they. I don't know if you guys agree with me. Whatever they symbolize.
I don't know if the ancient Sumerians had a different concept of fate and destiny. And they called a destiny, they used the same word for destiny as for the orbit of a planet, because they were aware of the orbit of a planet.
Right.
And they said, yes, it can be changed, but maybe like once every 4 billion years, the destiny can be changed. But a fate, they thought you could change. They thought that it wasn't easy, but they thought that they use the word fate for something that could be changed if you got your act together or if you stop being a jerk, stuff like that.
Right.
Right. You have a trajectory like you were talking about, Carmen.
Right.
But if you take the reins and you become more self-aware and you grow spiritually.
Right. Yeah.
Like if you're addicted, you might be headed in this direction that it could get worse.
Absolutely.
Really get in touch
You
with.
may be destined to achieve the great things, but then you, as you said, you become an addict and you blew it and you're not gonna get anywhere in life. So
yes, when you look at two charts, sometimes you can't tell if somebody is mentally impaired or if they're a genius.
Right, exactly.
It's the same chart. So, we're born with these gifts and tendencies and personality characteristics, but then it comes to
it's up to you.
Numerology with astrology is a very interesting combination.
Very fascinating combination. Fascinating. Yeah, they coincide, and planets relate to numbers. A planet is a number and a form of energy, and we are born with different forms of energy. But it's up to you to acknowledge them. It's up to you to do your work. If you don't do your work, then like you look at you guys, how much work you put in your life. You work every single.
Well, Jeff is just about to take over the NFT world. Everyone's talking about NFTs, and he's about to tear it up.
Right.
It's
Jeff is brilliant. He's brilliant. Jeff
he
is
really is.
When he opens his mouth, he said something so extraordinary. Anytime I say, wow, this man is
I think I told
really
you.
a genius.
I think I told you I was at one of Jeff's conferences. I'm sorry, Jeff. I might have told this too many times, but anytime Jeff would open his mouth, everyone in the room would shut up, and they could be talking. They could be talking and talking and talking and talking, and he would just go like this. Everyone would shut up, and you could hear everything he said. It was great.
What do you have to tell us, Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff. We're asking you. Give us a reading. Come on. What's the future?
The future I won't talk about, but the immediate future that we're dealing with online is changing for all of us. Whether we like it or not, the internet as we know it is over, and it will still be with us in memory form, but this Web3, which is transitioning now, it will take a few years to come into effect, but it's going to change the way all of us interact with information, the way we do business, the way we communicate, the way that we share information, and the way that we build communities. It's all changing. It's we reached a influx point, and so there's a lot of buzz disproportionate to the change. While NFTs may be the buzzword of the day, what it's really foreshadowing is a shift to what some people will consider the era of Web3. But if most people on the internet today, most companies, in fact, or businesses, look at themselves, their products, and their community. And what's changing is that in the future, the very near future, it's all about community, followed by products and then companies. And so, being able to bring people together and keep them together, that's the strength. That's the power. It's going to be on the people side, and how things happen. And so, a lot of companies that are centralized in their information sharing and their control, they will be disrupted, whether they like it or not. They may fight it, but that seems to be the trend. And it was ushered in a few years ago when blockchain happened, and it was ignored. Okay, all of this was really ignored by the masses. But now that NFTs have become the rage, and companies like McDonald's are issuing NFTs to their customers for McRibs, and all these other things are just happening. It's coming with it as Web3. And what's fascinating to me is when Mark Zuckerberg says the metaverse is coming, he's just not with the program. The metaverse has been around forever. It's just that even in 2007, I had a video where I shared the Pulver metaverse, which was my vision of a conference center on an island in a world called Second Life. But that wasn't even original. I mean, we can go back in science fiction a long time. So what's happening is some of the concepts from science fiction are once again becoming real. Our ability to communicate is going to be challenged. our abilities to do business is going to be challenged because we do have to adapt to this new era that we can hold on to where we're at, but at some point we will no longer be relevant. So if we want to continue to be relevant, if we want to continue to evolve, we have to figure out this mess known as Web3, which is why for the last month I've been teaching people about NFTs, and I kind of take the Dow of Brooklyn the Dow of Brooklyn approach. It's like, because class one is like, what the fuck is an NFT? It assumes no basic knowledge of anything other than a computer and your desire to learn. And then the basics of NFT basically take it to the next step. Now that we explain what it is, very simple examples of what you can do with it. And so I'm teaching those classes this week, and I'm teaching those classes again in 2 weeks.
Wow, this is fascinating. I told you so genius.
It's true. We follow Jeff.
So
And
genius.
step by step is very important, because if we well, on this show, we've stepped into past lives, we're stepping into the future, and we're trying to be aware of now.
Right.
Carmen, you just flashed your book.
I want people to know about my new book.
Oh, when did it come out?
It came out like 2 months ago. It came out.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Nice. Committed, finding love through the 7 archetypes. It touches like the psychological definition of archetypes that exist in nature. You know, people's psychological problems stems from their archetypes, and it's an ancient concept that goes back to Plato, and Carl Jung took it and introduced it to psychology. And this is where people get in trouble in relationship because they cannot figure out their own archetype. And if you know your own archetype, then, so I developed like a predictability chart in which you know your own archetype psychologically and you understand your partner's archetype. And then you see whether you're a match, you know? So if you're a narcissist, you know, you cannot be with a hopeless romantic because that's going to be a disaster. And I see that happening all the time. So I kind of play with this idea a little bit in the book and try to develop the concept of commitment that changed through centuries so much. And now this generation doesn't want to commit to anybody. They just want to be free. You know, rarely you see couple that will go like you guys forever, hand in hand and loving each other. Nowadays, people date three people in the same time. You know, we go online, we have a lot of partners. So where is this gonna go? Talking about the future of the internet. Where is this love life gonna go? You know.
Well, so many people do meet on the internet now, and I think what Jeff was saying, because
but there's a lot of nonsense going on, you know, through online dating, and the book talks about the online dating, and the book talks about, you know, there's something way more powerful than the sex and the intimacy created to sex, and there's emotional intimacy that people don't know about, and that's way more powerful than the sexual energy that exists between people.
Right.
Because you guys have that emotional intimacy that you build in a lifetime. In a lifetime, you build something so powerful and extraordinary, and people should know about something that is the glue of any relationship. So,
but they should also know about what Jeff was saying about how now it's going to, instead of being top down, patriarchal, he's talking about community up. So it's the community, the community up driving the corporations rather than the corporations just saying, here's what it is.
And to keep that balance between the personal and the bigger, you know, the macrocosm and the microcosm is going to be interesting to juggle because we're all connected, but we have to keep our core soul.
Isn't it great having us define what you just said, Jeff?
Thank you, Lauren. Lauren, crack that whip.
Love you, but now it's late. Now it's 2:03.
Lauren, we love you, Lauren.
So sorry. But Jeff, what are you going to say?
We'll say, well, first thing we'll say is thank you to you and to Harry.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Lauren and Harry.
Lauren,
we're nowhere without you.
You're so precious.
Wonderful listening. The one thing I didn't want to do is get to interrupt the flow because I really appreciate the way that you do your readings, and so I was just here listening.
That's Carmen, you're amazing. I really am so impressed with your accuracy and your generosity.
No, I'm serious. The Muhammad Ali of psychic readers.
It's like amazing, and If any of you can get to Southampton on Long Island, it's well worth the trip, particularly the weekend of November 20th.
I'll come. I'll come.
Oh, that'd be great.
Really?
Yeah.
Come. Oh my God.
Oh, I have to come to give you a hug, guys, because I love you so much.
Well, it's a great show.
Yeah, we're all going to
Yes.
be together at the gallery on the 21st, which
Yeah.
is a Sunday.
Hey, Jeff, are we going to do Ask the Oracles live from
live on the 21st from the gallery?
Yeah, so we won't be here. On, when we do Monday, we won't be doing Monday.
Oh, I guess not. If we do a live.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's a whole different thing.
Excuse me.
Anyway, thank you, Jeff.
And thank you, Carmen.
Thank you, Carmen.
Thank you, guys. Love you.
Thank you, everybody who joined us. And thank you, Facebook friends, if you're watching.
Because
if
it's
Monday, for
Ask the Oracles. Sorry, I eliminated us. There we are.
Bye, everybody.